Hey Risi, Diana here. Thank you for tuning in. I'm very happy to finally present you this episode of my Meet the Label series, and today I'm going to present RR Gems, an Estonian-based label which focuses on avant-garde, experimental and jazz from independent artists all over the world. The label is pretty young yet. It was founded in 2017 and has released 3 terrific records so far. Ever since I first stumbled upon it, I was totally amazed, and I'm pretty sure that they will have great things in store for the future, so I just wanted to bring your attention to them. I have made an interview with the 2 founders of the label, Valentin and Dimitri, for the Vinyl of the Day blog, where they talk about the founding of the label, the releases, their aims and work and inspirations, and what they have in store for 2018. I will link the interview below so you can check it out. And in this video I would like to show you the 3 releases they have made with some extensive needle drops. The goal of RR Gems is to spread word about artists and albums which had not received the attention so far they deserved, and so far they released free jazz from Detroit, experimental electronic music from Estonia, and Finnish jazz. And I'm going to talk about all 3 right now. The label started in the spring of 2017. The 2 friends Valentin and Dimitri had a blog called Rare Gems for 4 years, where they were just digging up some hidden obscurities, be it spiritual jazz or experimental ambient stuff, mostly private presses, and were just posting and sharing them with the social network. And this blog has an incredible stock, so I will link it below so you can check it out. And at one point from the music blog they decided to make the transition to do a label themselves and bring out some artists which deserve more attention. The 2 founders have slightly different tastes in music, which also reflects in the releases, and you can read more on that in the interview. But I think this makes the selection and variety so intriguing. What unifies all releases is that they are fresh, experimental and from independent artists. So let's start off with the latest release, Live at the Downtown Gallery by the Jesse Dulman Quartet, a fantastic free jazz album with a tuba player as a band leader, which I think is really intriguing. This was released in December 2017 with a run of 250 copies. This is how the label looks like. The main theme of the album is a homage to the artist Jesse Dulman has played with and who have inspired him to play the tuba in his very own way. For example, Jesse has played on several releases with Maurice Calapusha McIntyre, who I treasure very highly, and I've talked about him in my videos before. Jesse is talking about that in a mini documentary which is available on YouTube and which I can highly recommend to check out, and therefore I'm linking it here. He's talking about the process of the album and his inspirations and everything, and it's really interesting. And back in July 2017, Misha, a friend of the label, was traveling to New York to record some jazz sessions of the drummer Leonid Galganov, who's also playing drums and percussion here. And surprisingly, Jesse Dulman, who is the band leader and playing on tuba, invited him to play with him live at the Downtown Music Gallery, together with Les Mosh on tenor sax and Dave Sewelson on baritone sax and soprano sax. And Misha recorded the session, and when he was back in Estonia he showed it to Valentin and Dimitri, and they were just blown away by the material and decided to release it on album. What I love about this record is that you rarely have a free jazz album where a tuba player is the band leader, and I think the atmosphere created here is just fantastic. The first track, Making Amends to Chelsea in the Neighborhood, has this gripping, dark, melancholic feeling where the saxophones just harmonize perfectly with the tuba play, and the subdued drumming just harmonizes as well perfectly. The second track, Confusion, is more energetic and free, and in Blues Valetti, the third track, the tuba acts as kind of a bass line which creates this super cool, catchy and funky melody. Thanks to William Parker is another great and driving free jazz example, and the B-side just consists of one 17.5-minute long track called Homage to Charles McGee, Calabria, Maurice McIntyre and Will Connell, and it's just a great homage to the aforementioned artists. I think the tuba and the soundscape that is created with it just makes this album really stand out. I will include some extensive needle drops for every song and link a possibility below where you can just hear more of the album. The very first album the label released was totally different. It was a one-of-a-kind experimental electronic album called An Evening with Musa by the Central Electronic Musa. This one was released with a range of 250 copies. This is the label. There are still some copies left on Bandcamp, which I will link below. This album was recorded by two Estonian musicians called Volodya Brodsky and Misha Panfilov. This is Misha I've talked about before, the one who flew to New York to record the session. And this artist might be familiar with you due to other releases, for example this one, the On Route one, which I know that a lot of VC members love this great jazz funk, also made by Misha Panfilov, which you can see here. And Volodya is also playing on here. As well as the Estrada Orchestra, where Volodya is one of the masterminds and Misha is participating as well. Another absolutely fantastic jazz funk release. In case you're not familiar with them, I will talk about the two records in one of my next On Recent Rotation series. But I can just highly recommend them. And while the other two releases I have just shown are incredible jazz funk, the artist decided to venture in a different way with this release. And this was recorded in one session and first released in early 2017 on cassette. And since Volodya and Misha are both friends with Valentin Dimitri and they heard that they wanted to release this on vinyl, this was just a great kickstart for the label. And this album is incredibly varied. We have prepared piano, synthesizer, rhythm machine, drums, percussion, effects and voices. And the album contains 9 tracks, which could not be more different. And the first track starts off incredibly wild with some far-out sound effects which give way to a really haunting piano play. There are experimental and unique sound patterns explored on every track, and every track creates a really unique atmosphere with the use of acoustic and analog instruments. So if you are in for an experimental electronic adventure where every track just leaves you wonder what will happen next, I can definitely highly recommend this. I will do some needle drops and link the Bandcamp link below where you can check the album out more deeply. And as the third release today, we have Yxin Kotona, which I'm probably pronouncing totally wrong, by the Finnish band Plop, a superb and original variety jazz album, which was released in December of 2017 with a range of 300 copies on 180 gram vinyl. It's playing in the back. I think the title translates to something like Home Alone. This is the third album by the Finnish trio Plop, which consists of Mikko Innanen on alto baritone, sopranino saxophone and Indian flute, and Vietnamese bullhorn, Ville Herralla on double bass, and Jonas Ripper on drums and percussion. And Valentin and Dimitri met Plop during a concert at some local jazz club, and the concert just blew them totally away, and they decided to approach Plop with the idea of releasing some material of them. And this led to the trio coming to Tallinn in Estonia for a recording session, and Misha again stepped in as a producer. He, by the way, produced all the 3 albums released on the label. The album ranges from hard bop to avant-garde to free jazz, and I love the variety displayed here. Every track is different, but it never feels disjointed, so all the tracks together make up a very consistent and lovely album. We have 12 tracks on here, ranging from 1 minute to 8 minutes, and they show the repertoire and craftsmanship of the trio. The title track comes off as a fearful and high-spirited hard-pop style song with a free jazz tinge. And the next song, Braveheart, comes off with a great, mysterious and slow soulful vibe. The song Tom, for example, has a really distant, dreamy atmosphere with the sopranino sax and bass play. Waltz for the Better Times, the longest song on here, almost 9 minutes long, is more slow and pensive. Emo, which is one of my favorite songs, is very funky and has a kind of African vibe. Hannes Behind the Window is really free in driving, as well as Yxin and Eduko. So you can see the variety shown here is just incredible, but everything harmonizes really well and entertains me greatly. I will also include some extensive needle drops in here, and will link a possibility where you can check out more below. These were the ARA Gems releases so far. I think it's a great selection and they definitely deserve more attention, so I just wanted to do this video. I'm really looking forward what they have in store for this year. Valentin and Dimitri are just so kind and enthusiastic people, and so I was really happy to collaborate with them. This is Emu, which is so funky. All of the releases are available on Big Cartel, some of them are available on Bandcamp as well. I will link everything below. And I think Dusty Groove has some of the records on their website. The next month they plan to release something by a Canadian electronic artist, some spiritual jazz from Austria, and some electrified jazz, unreleased material from the 70s, and so I'm really looking forward to it. And there's more Estonian electronic music to come. So, what do you think of the records? Which one is your favorite? And were you familiar with the label and the releases before? I would love to know. Leave me something in the comments and have a marvelous day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!